Story 1. Your wish is my command. Catherine had an interest in magic. Not the tricks and illusions used by magicians, but real, genuine magic. She had studied it her whole life, wanting to find its true existence. Catherine wanted to do magic just like the genie from her favorite cartoon, without the bound shackles and tiny living space. So, she made it her mission to discover it all. Though with each one she learned, it wasn't close enough to what she wanted. Catherine had become greedy. On a whim, she decided to start looking at antique stores in her area: bracelets, rings, tiaras, and earrings, anything that could have been enchanted. Catherine was currently in Old World Wonders, a shop tucked away in the back streets, where only shady people of the town hung around. Her honey-brown eyes looked over an assortment of knickknacks when an oil lamp caught her attention. Even among all the old and worn items on the shelf, it still glittered like gold. Picking it up, Catherine turned it around in her hands, examining it. Even if she left this shop with some memorabilia from a kid's cartoon, it would make her inner child happy and make up for today's loss. Going over to the counter, she placed it down. A short, round older gentleman with a curly beard looked up from his newspaper. His glasses were on the tip of his nose, looking at her over the square dark rims. $5, he muttered, clearing his throat. Are you sure? It looks quite expensive. Catherine tried to reason. That thing has been in here a long time. No one ever wanted that piece of junk, he assured her, getting irritated. Now are you buying or? I'll take it. She smiled brightly, placing the money down and leaving with her prize out the door. The man clicked his tongue and was soon back to reading his newspaper, shaking his head. Catherine was beyond enthusiastic about her rare find, holding the oil lamp close. When she got it home, Catherine cleaned it and proudly displayed her discovery. The oil lamp rattled, and a swirl of white and yellow smoke bellowed out from the slight opening from the neck. Catherine took a step back as the swirling smoke began to take form, and soon someone was standing in front of her. The imposing man in front of her had glowing golden eyes, his hair caramel wavy hair framing his face. His chestnut skin stood out as if it shimmered. When he smiled, she could see needle-sharp teeth. Greetings, master, he spoke without moving his lips. What is your desire? Was this a real genie? Catherine thought to herself, her exuberance bubbling up inside her chest. She thought for a moment. What was it she desired most? Money, popularity, or effects? Catherine opens her mouth to speak, and the man holds up a hand to stop her. I know all about you, Catherine. He looks around at all the memorabilia and chuckles. I can see what it is that you desire. All you need to do is just say the words. Her eyes went to where the genie was looking. Next to the memorabilia was her collection of tarot cards, grimoires, and books on different types of magic. Catherine knew what she wanted. I want to do magic, Catherine said aloud, arms at her sides. Is that so? The genie grinned. She nodded, certain of her choice. His grin got wider. Your wish is my command. The swirl of yellow and white smoke from earlier wrapped itself around Catherine, who felt as if she was being coiled around by a snake. Catherine was unable to move. The next time she opened her eyes, she was laying down on cold metal and surrounded by darkness. Where was she? This most definitely wasn't her apartment anymore. I hope that your new living conditions is to your liking. A booming voice echoed around her. Where am I? She demanded, shaking from her place on the floor. The owner of the voice laughed. Why, your lamp, of course. Her lamp? So this wasn't some fever dream. She really had gotten what she wished for. So until someone else came along to find her lamp, she would have all the time in the world to perfect her magic. Story 2. The SIPLIKPU Pop. Wake up from the wrong side of the bed. The boy gloomily put books, pencils, SIPLIKPU Pop, and a ruler inside his bag. His mom called. He went downstairs, ate breakfast, and got to school. The way to his school only includes a block, a police's office, and a dark tunnel. Thus, he called it as some kind of exercise. It was a nice day with birds singing, people jogging, the leaves dancing on the trees. The sky was bright blue and clear. He walked through the block, politely nodded with a police officer at the office and headed to the final part. The dark tunnel actually was a long dirt road under a concrete bridge which always made him nervous going through. It's not that he was scared of its extremely absence of humans, or that some imaginary dark creatures hiding under the bridge will come out and swallow his flesh. Suddenly he heard a call from his back. The bullies must have known that he would be here at this time. They smirked, tapping on his shoulder as a signal. They want his money. Took out the pocket, the boy gave them all $20 his mother gave him. He hated the bullies to their guts. He wished he could crush one of their proudly stupid faces into pieces, then let the rest watch with all eyes open, filled with deepest inner fear. The money didn't please them. They wanted to enjoy more suffering from the weak little kid. So they pushed him so hard he fell off the ground. For some reason, this time, the boy didn't cry, didn't shout or beg for mercy. He kept a straight face as something inside told him that he had an upper hand. Obviously, those kids got really mad. For what reason? He wondered while they took his bag, held it upside down, and made all the things inside fall off the ground. He watched them amusingly as they searched for something that could humiliate him like dogs searching for food in a trash can. Then they found it. They found the SI-Ply-CPU pop. "What the hell is this?" one of the kids asked. "Don't open it," he said. Of course they didn't listen. The things opened and a demon calmly came out of it. It looks at him and the bullies. Those eyes were pitch black with a little dot in the middle that looked like a drop of blood. It walked toward the kids as they ran away, most of them. One of the bullies was too afraid to move. That's why he died. The demon's dark aura covered him, sucked his blood out through his mouth, nostrils and eyes. The suction was so powerful that it tore his face out, piece by piece. The scream of agony and terror was so loud and disturbing that it scared off the bird from the forest nearby. After a few seconds, the bully fell off the ground, his face left unidentified. The bullies are now silent, either because they screamed their heart out already, or they are too scared to make a sound. We will never know the answer. On the street, people ran for their lives as some of their shadows were now climbing on their own body, trying to strangle their throat, while the other was trying to get into the hospital through the jostling crowd as their noses were bleeding nonstop. Few of them look at the sky hopeless as it is tearing apart, while a pitch-dark aura pouring out, covering the bright blue sky. Everything that humanity managed to have, to believe, shattering apart like a broken glass, the world revealed its true color. Some people started to pray for their gods, others blamed destiny or some resentful hypothetical entities living somewhere in the universe. But all of this won't happen if he just put the SI-Ply-CPU pop at home. So why did he bring it? Maybe because he woke up from the wrong side of the bed. Who knows? Worth it, the boy said as the demon consumed his body and the whole planet.